The following is a presentation of Morning Drive Media.
Broadcasting from the heart of beautiful Studio City, California. It's still sexy and steamy. This is Ken Napzok for a edition of Life Rank. That's right, a new show here on the Napzok Files podcast feed as we launch back into action in 2017. I wanted to expand the program a little bit, and over on my Star Wars podcast feed that I run with Joseph Scrimshaw and Jennifer Landa, we have a show called Star Wars Rank that's kind of just relaunching itself. And, well, this is life. We like to rank things, so I figured let's do a Life Rank show. This is the first edition of Life Ranked. It's a pretty simple concept. I bring a guest here into the Napzok Files studios, and I pitch them a topic, something that's near and dear to them. It might be. It could go serious. It could go dark. It could go funny. It could go wacky. It's just something from their minds that appeals to them, and they're going to teach me, and I'm going to learn with them, or fight back, or disagree. This show could go anywhere. It's just going to be a fun little thing here on the Napzok Files podcast feed. And with me, as the first ever official guest for Life Ranked, is my podcasting Star Wars partner and fellow prequelist, comedian, author, Star Wars pontificator, Joseph Scrimshaw.
I am honored to be here. This is such a fun idea.
It's I see what you're doing so well with your Obsessed podcast.
I try.
You do a great job with that, and that is you finding out what people are obsessed with and really diving into their psyche. This is, I'm not going to lie, I'm like, I want to find out why you like things.
Oh, cool.
And I want you to list them, because I'm not as smart as other people. I got to have it in bullet points. And today's topic is something near and dear to you.
It is.
And it is the top 5 best reasons for frozen pizza.
Yeah.
Around frozen pizza.
Excellent. I do love frozen pizza. I think it comes up in my social media. It's one of the things.
A lot.
It does. It's one of those things that it comes up a little bit more than I intend it to. Because sometimes, I'm a comedian on Twitter, and sometimes I say a joke because I want to, and other times, like, I got 4 podcasts to promote today.
Right.
I should say a joke too.
Right.
What's a funny thing in my world? Well, frozen pizza is one of those things that's like both funny and true. It has walked through life with me.
There's a great song by Paul Westerberg, former frontman of the Replacements and sometimes current frontman of the Replacements, from Minnesota.
Yeah, from Minneapolis.
Yeah, your neck of the woods there. He has a great song called Man Without Ties. And man without ties don't go to dinner. He's a Friday night frozen pizza king. And it's a great little song. It's a sad song, but it's a fun song. And I'm a frozen pizza guy too.
Yeah.
But what fascinates me, and maybe it's on your list, maybe it isn't, Joseph, is you're a happily married man, and marriage does not assume that there's dinner every night prepared by your wife or you.
Yeah.
It was a little like, Joseph seems sad and alone and having frozen pizza a lot here. What's this about?
Yeah. Well, anytime she leaves, I do just eat a lot of frozen pizza, and I decided to kind of make a joke about it. It's coming up again soon that she's going to be out of town for a week, and it's going to be frozen pizza city in my apartment and in my life, and it's going to be dangerous and painful and beautiful. I love them in all of the most stereotypical ways.
Right.
I have very specific memories of specific frozen pizzas I had while specific dating or movie events were going on. I'll just give you this one. It's not in my top 5, but it's one of those. Yeah. It's a perfect Ken Napzok memory.
Oh, I love it.
Had been dating a girl, kind of dating on that bubble of whether we're dating or not.
Oh, okay.
So into her.
I get it.
We had a really unfortunate event where we went out for New Year's Eve, and then she ended up leaving with someone else ambiguously.
Whoa.
And I'm a straight man.
Yeah.
She left with another woman.
Okay.
I was like, okay, well, maybe that happened.
Mm-hmm. But
and
it
then,
wasn't you?
Yep. A couple days had gone by, and I did my crappy job at Kinko's, and I was like, I just need to feel alive. And I made a tombstone frozen pizza with sausage.
Oh, yeah.
I cut it up. I sat down on my floor because I didn't have good furniture. And I put in, I believe, a VHS still of Empire Strikes Back.
God bless you.
Got about halfway through the pizza, got to the Dagobah training scene, and she called. And I turned everything off, threw my pizza in the fridge and raced over to her apartment. So I have all those
Poor neglected pizza.
poor neglected. I still ate it the next day. So I really border on problem in my marriage. My wife and I ate them a lot, and we've dialed back. She does a lot of the cooking, but it was still a fun thing, and we enjoyed it. But
sure. Hey, look, I hope that one day being in a marriage we can sit down and enjoy frozen pizza. And I think that's possible. Maybe you're an inspiration more than you know, Joseph. So this is how the show's going to work, going from number 5 to number 1. Joseph's going to walk me through the top 5, just the best reasons about and for and of frozen pizza. Take it away with number 5.
Okay, number 5, frozen pizza is delicious, even though it shouldn't be. Almost in an H.P. Lovecraft, a monster that should not be. I have a friend who loves pizza. He was a pizza delivery driver for a long time, and he prides himself
Loves the za.
on being, he calls it za.
Yeah.
He stole from when he was a pizza delivery driver the bags that keep pizza hot. So when he goes to pick up pizza, he still keeps it hot. And he's got his pizza technique. He can tell you about the texture of cheese and the consistency of sauce, and he is disgusted by my love of frozen pizza, and he would get exasperated and be like, it's this chalky thing within this red colored fluid, and then it's cheese flavored kind of, and yes, it is. There are no illusions, but it's still delicious. I don't know why it's so delicious. Maybe it's all the salt.
You know what you're getting into when you get one.
Yeah.
When you rip open that plastic.
Exactly. And a part of the thing you're about to eat is frozen solid, and it falls, and you have to jump back so a pepperoni doesn't hit your foot because it might actually hurt.
Yeah. Do you think, would you have to kind of go around the bottom of the oven as it's still warming up and maybe try to poke and get that sausage piece that's fallen off? And you put it back on, you save it.
That's right.
Love it.
I retrieve my sausage.
You do.
Yeah, for sure. That's my number 5, is that it's delicious.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be delicious.
It's like the Kids in the Hall sketch where the chicken lady is conceived. What have you done? What have you done? You look at this thing, you're freezing it. You don't know how long it's been frozen.
Yeah.
What truck it's driven across the 40 freeway to get to the Ralph's that you're buying it at a week after it got there. You don't know why. And then it sits in your freezer for a while, but you pull it out and it tastes like comfort.
It does. It tastes like comfort. Yeah, it is very, very comforting and delicious. And
Love it. Number 4.
My number 4 is it requires almost no skill to prepare, and yet, as you just indicated with your wonderful sausage technique, there is an art to it. So I love that it also has that duality of it is hard to screw this up, and yet anybody who loves frozen pizza, I know Ken, I know you have your.
Yep.
Here's how I do it.
Yep.
For a frozen pizza, for a thing that you rip out of a box, rip out of a colostomy bag, and then plop in, all you have to do is put it in the right side up, which my grandmother did wrong once when I was a child. That's all you have to do is put it in the oven.
Powerful lesson to learn early.
It was.
Little young Joseph Scrimshaw looking at it. That's not how it works.
It was very sad. I wanted a pizza. So it's hard to screw up, and yet it's an art, right? I mean,
it is. It is an art, and you learn that art. And look, there is a trope of what I mentioned it, and of the lonely man making pizza himself because it's the only thing. It's a thing. It's perhaps one of those stereotypes that's true from some deep dark truth. And it's when I was on my own in L.A. and that's kind of all I could afford was 25-cent Tina's burritos, some cheap sandwiches, making them on my own. And then you get some little Stouffer's stovetop pizza rolls or pizzas, the little French bread ones.
Yeah.
I had to learn to do it the right way. I had to learn where to put it. And there was a long time that I put that on a tray.
Oh, yeah.
And then eventually I graduated to directly on the oven.
Yeah, because I think there's something stupidly, not even macho, but brave, bold about I know a pan is better because then my oven won't get all full of weird strands of cheese and escaped sausage. So it should be under a pan. But you know what? I am so skilled. I can put it in. I can pull it out without dropping a sausage. I'm not a sausage dropper. I have skill.
It makes you feel like you are that world-renowned chef. I put my pizza right on the floor.
Whoa, that's
in
impossible.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, absolutely. And when I remember the first time I did that, I had the oven. I also have a problem. This is not I don't advise this as a tactic. I don't wait for the oven to warm up too much.
Oh, you don't preheat?
I don't preheat. I don't have the patience to preheat. This is going to happen. I'll put an extra minute on the timer. Pizza will just stay in there a little longer.
Oh, nice.
But eventually, there's sometimes when that's a hot oven. That's a hot oven. And it's like you go and you carefully put the pizza on the oven and you're kind of like, I did it. I survived. And the reward is frozen pizza at the end of it.
It's a great reward.
Slowly thawed out in the course of 15 minutes.
Yeah, I feel I'm very good at cutting the cellophane of a tombstone. Like, I do DiGiorno, but I'm mostly a tombstone guy.
Okay.
You know, and so tombstone, there are no instructions. You're just on your own of how to get it out of the cellophane. Like DiGiorno, you peel it apart.
Yeah.
But tombstone, you have to use your raw strength, your claws, a knife. I use a knife, but like I'm really good at slitting the cellophane on a tombstone pizza.
It's as if Wyatt Earp himself is saying, "You're gonna figure this one out on your own, cowboy."
It's a puzzle, and I've figured it out. That's my number 4. That it requires no skill, but it is an art.
Number 3.
I think number 3 is, in a way, it's kind of the most obvious thing, and it ties into the trope and the stereotype of the sad, lonely person. But it is a perfect drunk food.
Oh yeah.
So if you've been out or in for a night of drinking,
I would say in.
in for a night of drinking, or if you've Ubered home and you need something. Frozen pizzas aren't good for you. They are comprised of, I would say, 120% salt. It's just salt in different shapes and forms.
I'm convinced some of the crust is just sponge.
I think it is sponge. It is salty sponge.
Yeah.
But it is still, it's trying to be bread, tomato sauce, and cheese. That's nice and hearty. That's not going to mess you up as a drunk, right?
Yeah.
Unless you go really crazy and exotic with your frozen pizza. And I would argue that it's hard to get super, super exotic.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not advised.
Yeah. It is nice, and it's a nice solid food. So if you're already a little tipsy and you know you need a little something before you go to bed,
right?
Great. And then if there's any left over in the morning, it tastes just fine cold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you go cold, or do you maybe break out a frying pan, and maybe warm it up slightly?
Over the years, it has depended on my my situation with microwaves. I have attempted to microwave frozen pizza. I got pretty good at that.
I have too, yeah.
It's not advisable.
It's not as good.
But no, I have never actually developed the skill of reheating the pizza once it's sliced and falling apart in the oven.
I'm telling you now. I give credit to my roommate who really hammered this home on me.
Okay.
There's a pizza place near me. It's actually an Italian restaurant. A guy from Rome, Italy, Angelino's over in Studio City. He makes a great za. Slices the pepperoni itself himself. It's not giant circles. It's like weird cuts of pepperoni. It's a good
nice.
pizza. You have a little extra. It's big pieces. And I would grab it and I'd put it in the microwave. And my roommate would be like, "What are you doing? Grab a pan.
Savage.
What are you, a monster? Grab a frying pan, put it on top of the stove, low heat a little bit, and just put your pizza in there for about 2-3 minutes.
Just on a pan?
Just on a pan.
Okay, I'm learning.
Preheat.
Yeah, you got to preheat that,
and it's
right?
a little more crispy, because otherwise you put that frozen pizza in the microwave the next day, you might as well put some sauce on a napkin.
That's right. You might as well just pour some water on it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's soggy, and it makes you feel bad. It is your punishment for being hungover and not finishing your pizza.
Yeah. The onions, if you have onions on it, it almost tastes if it's tofu, because it has no taste. It's no longer a functional onion.
It doesn't do its onion job anymore. It just retains water. That's not what onions are for.
Absolutely not.
Not for. And I think also is a drunk food. It can generate some fun stories.
Sure.
I have a friend who got real drunk and thought the only thing that is going to cure me is 2 frozen pizzas. So he cooked a frozen pizza, cut it up. We all ate it. He's like, "No, we need the second one." So while he was making the second one, I fell asleep on his couch, and I think my other friend fell asleep in his chair. And then he proceeded to cook a frozen pizza, cut it exactly into 8 slices, realize I am too drunk to cope, and just put it plated in the fridge, all cut up and ready to go. And I got up in the morning and was just like, oh, man. And I just opened the fridge, like, here's a perfectly ready-to-go frozen pizza that has been refrigerated. Perfect.
Sliced perfectly.
Perfect morning food.
I love it. Love it.
So that was that number 3?
That was three.
Yeah. All right.
Number 2?
Number 2 is you can use frozen pizza as a form of expression of identity. Because at this point, there are so many varieties.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they have probably gotten like a little fancier and nicer. I think we're mostly talking about kind of crappy frozen pizza, or frozen pizza that is obviously crappy, but is trying to, like, DiGiorno is trying to be something special. DiGiorno is trying to be, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Like, yeah, no.
Who are you fooling?
Yeah, no, absolutely no one is who they're fooling. But, like, they try to be, like, a little bit more upscale. But now there are actually, like, super nice upscale gluten-free, vegan, covered in things that I have literally. I went to the frozen pizza aisle and I had to Google because I didn't know what that was on the frozen pizza.
Yeah,
I can't even remember the name of it. It was like a Star Wars alien. Like, what is on this pizza?
It's like a shiitake mushroom kale mix or something.
Yeah.
I don't want
that. I think it's like a Tuscan moonlight or something. Like, what the hell is that? A perfume? What is? I don't know what this is.
It sounds like a new perfume by Russell Crowe.
Matthew McConaughey is for sure wearing Tuscan moonlight when he's driving around in his Lincoln. So it was a culture shock when I came here to Los Angeles, getting close to 3 years ago now. But the Tombstone is everywhere in the Midwest. Okay. And Tombstone is like an endangered frozen pizza species here in Los Angeles.
It is, yeah.
Most Ralphs have it. But a lot of like little corner stores, or I live pretty close to a Gelson's, and they don't have it. They only have like the higher end.
Right.
I'm not a savage. This is a legitimate choice. Like, you could get a high-end burrito, not a 25-cent survive-on-it burrito. No, not a Tito's. Like, you can get high-end frozen food that's for, like, a busy actual executive with for real money who just doesn't have time. Yeah. And now there are frozen pizzas like that. Yeah. So I feel like, if you go to an aisle, you can decide where you are in your life based on the frozen pizza you can afford, the one you find enjoyable, the one you're willing to share on social media. It can become an extension.
It's so true.
Of your emotional reality.
It's so true, because there was a point in my life, and Joseph just like, I almost want to hold your hand to get through this moment. There's a point in my life that all I could afford was Mama Celeste.
I don't even know Mama Celeste.
Mama Celeste. She rolled out of bed, man. Went to the sheriff's station. Mama Celeste pizzas. Maybe $1.25 back in the day. I don't know. The price has probably gone up.
Yeah.
She's got this warm Italian mother face on it. Mama Celeste is here to take care of you. And it's the type where you have to... It's about yay big, so I'm showing about 8 inches.
Okay.
Maybe 9 or 10 inches.
Okay, so a little bit more of a party pizza.
But so it's a small box.
Yeah.
So you pick it up, and I'd get the Supreme, because I'm living large. This is like 1999. I'm 23 in L.A. Mama Celeste Supreme Pizza. You pull it out of the box, and it comes in another box. And the box has on one side of it like this NASA space metallic gray looking thing. And you have to fold up the edges, and you have to take the pizza out of the plastic.
Oh, yes.
And put it. So basically, it's telling you, there ain't no oven options, kid. You've got to microwave this because your life is this bad, and you're in a dire situation.
This is microwave only.
Microwave only frozen pizza. And I believe it's why I have heartburn problems. I think it started from there.
Too much Mama Celeste.
2 or 3 or 4 straight years of Mama Celeste pizza. And I remembered when there was a point, I got promoted a little bit at my work, at my day job, got a little extra $2 an hour. Yeah. And I went to the thing, and it was like, no. I'm not going to get Mama Celeste this time. I'm going to like CPK. Oh. They're releasing these frozen barbecue chicken pizzas.
Oh, yeah.
I've earned this.
Yeah.
I remembered my life changed.
When you graduated to CPK. California Pizza Kitchen.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I need to ask some follow-up questions about Mama Celeste. Yeah. So Supreme, that means you got pepperoni, you got sausage, you got onions, you got peppers. Yeah, so you got
it, baby.
So could it with this little tiny pizza cooked on an extra environment-killing box.
Yeah.
could it support the weight of all those ingredients, or did it just turn into like a soggy mess?
Soggy mess. A lot of the colors faded away.
It bled colors into each other.
The green peppers were green no more. It was a stale green. You couldn't tell if that was an onion or a sausage at one point. A lot of times the toppings would become kind of loose and not fixed to the actual pizza. So when you kind of move it out of the box, it slides. So one half, so you'd have like a cheese crust pizza, and then a pile of Supreme.
And you just had to pepper the Supreme back on.
You had to, with your fork, you had to kind of smush things back out.
That is so great, because that is such an attack on the stereotype of a nice Italian mother. Like, I need to take care of you. Eat something good. I got a pizza that's in 2 boxes and a bag.
I need to take care of you. Fold up the corners of the box and put it in the microwave.
And that's one of the ones that has like that, because there were brands like this in Minnesota. That's the one. It's got that weird sort of metallic surface on the cooking surface.
Yeah, I think it protects satellites.
It's so when you're cooking the frozen pizza, the government can't also read your thoughts.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like the Simpsons episode when Bart covers himself in foil.
Yeah.
You know?
But for your pizza.
For your pizza. It's a Mama Celeste.
Oh, that's amazing. So there's so much that you can learn from various brands. And like the place closest to me doesn't have either of my go-to brands, which are Tombstone and DiGiorno. Yeah. They have the DiGiorno for one, which I made, and that is to looking into the full face of sadness. Because it is literally for one.
So the package reminds you.
This is just for one person.
Good luck to you, sir, it says.
Yeah, and it's the same, kind of like Mama Celeste. Like, DiGiorno is better, but DiGiorno is like, it has a lot of crust.
Yes.
So there's just this pile in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you're still supposed to cut it into 4 slices, so the pepperoni has like 4 pepperonis, and you're supposed to put one single pepperoni on each slot, and it looks like just your pizza has pasties. It's just sad, and it doesn't cook well. It gets burned on the outside, and it's still like a soup in the center. And it's terrible. But I'm having to redefine myself. I tried a California Pizza Kitchen, and I'm trying to find like a frozen pizza that's in walking distance.
Right.
Because convenience.
Right.
You don't want to drive to a store to buy a frozen pizza. You want to be able to walk to a frozen pizza.
I don't know what your number one is, and I want to get to it, but I want to ask you this question and everything, because there was also a point in my life, post CPK, frozen pizza, and whatever you got going on there. And depending on how my debt was that month, I might have to go back to Mama Celeste. But there was a point when I thought, I'm getting older now. I'm like 25. I should start preparing my own meals and maybe cook at home.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of a frozen pizza, I'd get the blank plain crust. And a
like
bag
a
of
take
cheese,
and bake?
yeah, take and bake type, and a bag of cheese and some pepperonis, and maybe some olives, and I try to make my own pizza.
Yeah. How did it go?
With sauce. You know what? Surprisingly, not well.
Could you taste the love at least?
You could taste the attempt to have some sort of semblance of a normal adult life. Did you ever go through the make your own pizza phase?
No.
Maybe there's hope for you yet.
Yeah, there might be hope. Maybe I'll try it. I'm remembering this, and then I'll get to my number one, because I forgot about this. There was a period, my first apartment, my refrigerator broke. Mm-hmm. And I had already been eating so many frozen pizzas, I thought, this isn't a problem.
Yeah.
I didn't have a refrigerator for over 6 months. And I was too lazy to actually even bother my building about it, because I had my video games, I had my movies, I went out and drank with my pals, I had my day job, I had my comedy that I was doing, and it's like, whenever I get done with whatever I'm doing, I live by 2 convenience stores. Yeah. I just roll in and I buy them. That's my dinner. That's what I eat. And
that's it.
Yeah. And then after 6 months, I was like, I should look into this because I have a girl I like coming over, and I just tried plugging the refrigerator back in, and it worked.
Yeah. Oh, it worked.
Yeah, and 6 months of if I ate at home, it was a frozen pizza. Yeah.
Do you have to disclose that to any doctors when you go to new appointments?
It's not. I just had a physical, and it's not. I checked for it.
Let me
smoking history, drinking history. Know how many frozen pizzas a week.
Let me tell you about this 6-month period in my life. Wow. All right. So here it is. The number one reason to love frozen pizza from Joseph Scrimshaw is...
It's dangerous. You were just talking about it. They are actually, all jokes aside, very unhealthy. So you know that you are dancing with the devil every time you're cooking that crappy pizza, and it has got to the point where they have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I have a stand-up bit about this, so I won't be the obnoxious guy who just goes into his bit.
You bitten me?
Yeah, I'm not going to bit you. I'm going to tell you like an actual human talking to another human. I don't know if they changed it. The last time my wife was out of town for a long time, I got a DiGiorno.
Yeah.
And the DiGiorno has this list of rules about how you should go about eating it. It has a serving suggestion, and the serving suggestion is really one slice. Like you're actually going to cook a whole frozen pizza, cut it up, and then just like, one slice is good. Thank you. That's moderation.
Thank you.
That's why people buy frozen pizzas, and it suggests that it's super insulting thing. It suggests that it's best enjoyed with a salad and great company. So it is a direct attack.
So it's like almost like DiGiorno has a suicide prevention tactic on its box.
Exactly what it is. It does feel like if you eat this whole thing alone, here's a number you can call. Yeah, it's a cry for help. It's not delivery. It's a cry for help.
Which means, to me, at some point, from working in a liability field for 17 years, at some point, someone or a family tried to sue DiGiorno. You didn't warn Jack that this was a bad choice. You didn't encourage him to seek the comfort of people.
Yeah, or salad.
Or salad. No green things on his plate. This is your fault, DiGiorno Corp.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, we hear you. All right, it's all fun and games until something happens to Jack, and then we got to put a little message on the box.
There was a conference meeting, an email. Guys, we need to warn people to go out and make friends.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my number one. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
They have to warn you that you're playing with fire on the back of the box.
You're kind of a rebel.
That's right.
You think you're home alone, living your worst life, but you're really a rebel.
That's right.
Taking on the man and nature itself.
No pan.
With frozen pizza. No pan. You've graduated from Mama Celeste. Wow. Well, Joseph, that is a brilliant, wonderful list.
Oh, thank you.
Of frozen pizza. The top 5 reasons to love frozen pizza. There's a lot there. Now, I will put a disclaimer. The Napzok Files does not recommend that you eat an entire frozen pizza on your own, including a DiGiorno for one or a Mama Celeste. Maybe sample some, share some with the friends I hope you have, or maybe a loved one, because I don't want to be legally responsible for the dark path you're about to walk on. Joseph, I cannot thank you enough for coming in here. You are one of my favorite people in this town. We do great work over on ForceCenter, if I do say so myself.
I think so.
But you do a lot of other things other than talk Star Wars, so it's one of your favorite things as well as mine. Tell the fine folks on the Napzok Files here where they can find you.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram is at Joseph Scrimshaw. I'm telling you, you'll see. It'll be early March, and suddenly my social media will be all sad, ironic frozen pizza, and you don't want to miss out on that. So follow me at Joseph Scrimshaw. I do a lot of live shows and other things, and you can find out about those on my website at josephscrimshaw.com.
I love it. Absolutely. Follow Joseph's adventure as he navigates the sad, lonely waters of frozen pizza when his wife leaves town. That is that. You can follow me at Ken Napzok. The Napzok Files podcast feed is on Podomatic, Stitcher, and iTunes. If you're on iTunes, that rate and review absolutely helps. And new for 2017 is the Patreon page. You can go and support there. There's different levels of support and rewards that bring you into the programming and creative process. You're going to help me decide what's going on. And if you're on there now at the time that this airs, there was a poll to decide who was should be the first official guest on the Napzok Files interviews when they come back. And the results will be out soon when you hear the first guest. It's a close race, but you get that if you're on the Patreon page there as well. So support me as I take you along for the journey in 2017 on the Napzok Files. So for Joseph Scrimshaw, for Frozen Pizza, for the legal team of DiGiorno Corp, I'm Ken Napzok. We'll see you next time when we rank life.